Hello, how are you? I have decided so all week I've been sharing old videos of spiritual connections that you can have with people. So I thought I would really show them again so everyone new that may not have seen it, etc., can understand a bit more about connections they're in. And then I thought I would do a twin flame one, but update it because when I did it a few months ago, I didn't understand it as much. So for the twin flame connection, okay, number one, it's not common. It's not a common connection. Um, you'll not find, if you're in a twin flame connection, you're not going to find your neighbours are twin flames. They seem to be dotted all over the world. So I am in touch with a few divine feminines. I am a divine feminine. And they are dotted all over the world. I'm talking to people in different countries because it's kind of like when the twins do come together, the energy they give off, because obviously they are. So this might sound a bit crazy to people that have not encountered the twin flame journey, because I wouldn't have believed you 3 years ago. I hadn't even heard of twin flames or karmic connections or anything, and it was nothing from outside in the 3D that made this happen for me. It came internally when I met my twin, as I think he is. The Philly is my twin. When I met him, I when we started talking, not the first time, but when we started talking one day, the whole room disappeared. The outside disappeared around him, and I saw Egypt and stuff, and then I had other visions, and then lots of other things. I started seeing orbs and stuff like that, and then I was like, hang on. And then it's like this really intense feeling of needing to be around and protect that person, because and love, so much love for them that it's overwhelming. And then you sit there and you think, what on earth is going on? Because normally the twin, and this is normal for a lot of people, a lot of twin scenarios, the twin is in another relationship also. So you're just hit with all this stuff and then you run off to find out what's going on because you feel like you've just gone insane and it's all crazy and you don't know what's going on. And that's when you find the term twin flame. And that's when you realize you've been triggered into your Kundalini awakening, because you've just met yourself in another body. So can you imagine how intense that is? Okay, right, so I will go through it now. So that's how crazy it is when you meet your twin flame. Okay, it's not soulmates. It's very different. Okay, so you do have an intense attraction to them. The twins can start a relationship. Obviously, if one isn't in another relationship, etc., the twins can then have a relationship. But then the universe, for all twins, will pull them apart in whatever way it's meant to happen. Okay, so they're separated. So they may have just started to become friends and then they're separated. They may have just, started a relationship and then they're separated. And that is because, if you can imagine, the twins are balls of energy. So you have the masculine energy and the feminine. A feminine energy twin can be man or woman, and the same for masculine, can be a man or a woman. Okay, but it depends on which half has the more feminine or the more masculine. So when you're just one soul in one body, you have masculine and feminine within you, and you are balancing those out to become the best version of yourself you can be. So for the twins, they have to balance out their masculine and feminine energies so that they can become balanced. Their energies are balanced and they can come back together again if that's what they want. Okay, it is, we all have free will. It doesn't always happen. That's another thing. I see so many people that are angry with their masculines, or and they've been going on for years and years and years and years and years. You can't, everyone is doing their own path, and it is all meant to happen. And you are separated, because that's when the divine feminine takes on the journey of healing, purging, and releasing past energy, hurts, trauma, karmic cycles, etc., from this lifetime and other lifetimes, to balance the energy, for the twins. Okay, the divine masculine can then go into, or was already in, another kind of relationship with someone else, who they may choose to stay with. You cannot, everyone has free will, just because the twins have met. I mean, the ideal is that they come together in the end, and then the energy they give off, which is why they're dotted all over the world. Excuse me, just transmuting some energy there. The energy they give off to people around them, because it's huge. The energy, can you imagine if two halves of a soul came back together here in the 3D? The energy they give off, the positivity, is massive, massive. Okay, it doesn't say the relationship is going to be easy, because they are balancing their energies. It's and that's why so many people get so angry, because in the 3D, the masculine looks like he is just living his normal 3D life as when you met him. But internally, I think things are changing for him also. Anyway, does this make sense so far? So the feminine remembers who she is. She levels up. I actually had a reading. I went to a clairvoyant medium, and my dad came through, who had passed when I was 12. And he told me it was time to level up. That was his exact words. So the feminine levels up and moves into her soul purpose. And the twins are here to help everyone. They are here to help people with spiritual connections. They're here to help people with leveling up. And that's why I'm here. I have stepped into my soul purpose. I am here trying to help people, and online, in person, and I also have a real big passion to help animals. Dogs are my huge passion, and I'm here to help. I feel a real strong connection with dogs. I see dogs in my third eye that have passed on. So my mission, my soul purpose has been triggered. I am balanced. 0707 on the time there. Which alignment? I am balanced. I am stepped into my soul purpose. Okay, but I cannot be angry at my twin. What does that do? How does that help? It doesn't help the situation at all. Okay, and I am aware that many twins have gone through horrible things to separate, horrible things, and it's going to take a lot to forgive and get back together again if that's what they want. 0909 on the timer there. So yeah, so that is what the twin flame journey is about. The twins are triggered into an awakening, and the feminine does a lot of work to clear the energies for both twins. Okay, and then the outcome is entirely up to the twins. The universe can guide them, but everyone has free will. So that's a twin flame connection. There's loads I didn't add on, but that's just a little taster, and I hope you enjoyed that and you don't think I'm a bit crazy, because there's a lot more that I didn't talk about. Have a good day. Bye.